Max, a point here at Portman Road against Ipswich. How do you react to that one as a whole?
Yeah, I think it was a good game. We obviously defended a lot, and it probably would have been nice if we could have, worked them a bit more and created a bit more. But sometimes that's football, and I think coming away here, who obviously the top team and expected to be right up there, I don't think we can argue with the point really.
When you come away to Ipswich, obviously side in the Premier League last season, the quality they've got in those attacking areas, for you as a defender, you know that it's almost even more important that you stick together as a unit to make sure you can be solid.
Yeah, I think you know you're going to have to cover each other. You're going to have to win individual battles at time. I think obviously their attack, the lads who come on and the lads who started, is a really, really good threatening sort of forward line. So I think overall we dealt quite well with it. I think they had a couple moments, but overall we can be sort of pleased and take pride with the clean sheet.
For you, when you reflect back on it and the away games that you have been through this season, does it feel like you can really see that progression in what you've done on the training pitch starting to really show fruition on that pitch?
Yeah, I think so, and I think obviously people have gelled a bit more, and that's part of football. I think it's certainly the last few away performances we've been probably more solid, but we need to try and sort of nick things at the other end as well, and try and take all 3 points at times.
For you, massive defensive effort across the back line. Just a word on Arthur, who came out and made a number of important punches, saves, catches at key times for you.
Yeah, I just spoke earlier, he's a top goalkeeper. I've sort of been lucky to play with him over the last few years, and I think the kind of character he is, he's so relaxed and laid back that he never sort of comes out screaming and stuff. He just gets on with the job and does it extremely well. Like against Charlton, Portsmouth, we made a number of good saves there, and today it was no different, coming catching crosses and making saves again. But yeah, he's a top keeper and a top guy.
A lot's obviously been made of your step up to the Championship. There's been a fair few changes to that back line across the course of the season for injuries, any sort of which reasons. Do you feel really quite settled now at this stage of the season as a player? Yeah,
I think I'm enjoying it. It's certainly a challenge, and the challenge obviously that I expected. It was always going to be hard and certainly going to be difficult, but it's one that I'm starting to enjoy. And yeah, just sort of love the challenge of playing against these top players. And as you said, obviously we've had changes in defence, but I think anyone who comes in is going to do a good job. It's that sort of team spirit we've got that will take us a long way.
Just finally, a long journey back for those travelling fans. What's your message for them tonight?
Yeah, just another big thanks. I think they were stood out. I think it rained right through from the warm up right to the end of the game. So I think it was obviously definitely a cold one for them. But just a big thanks. They never stopped singing, never stopped making noise. And even at the end, giving us a big clap off. I think we really appreciate that, and look forward to seeing them all again on Wednesday.
Cheers, Max.
Thank you.